G'day guys, welcome back to Sailing Merriweather. Today we're doing a bit of extra content. We are interviewing a family from New Zealand. They uprooted their life midway through last year and they have been sailing for the last 10 months. They are a family of four, two boys and their parents, and we're going to do a little bit of an interview on them and why they've decided to try and sail the entire world with their children at such a young age. And we're also going to look into their boat and do a little bit of a boat tour for you guys. Hey, got the Hawaiian shirts on.
Yes.
Love it.
Are you ready for us?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hello, how are you?
I'm Glenn.
I'm Nicola.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Leo.
We're the Jeffrey family from New Zealand and we're on the yacht Wave around the world.
We decided to put our life on hold in New Zealand and come and sail around the world. We'd watched some friends do it a couple of years ago. We'd always talked about it and then the timing just felt right. So we flew to Croatia and we were introduced to Wave and we saw her and fell in love with her. So the boys' schooling was a big factor that we took into consideration, and we signed them up with the state correspondence school, and the transition's been pretty seamless, and it's been relatively easy to do schooling.
I think correspondence school is way more fun than normal school because you have more time to play and the timetable's not as strict.
And sometimes you get to do it in your pyjamas.
Welcome to our Grand Soleil 50 from 2005, designed by Galley, who are quite famous ocean racing designers. A very spacious cockpit with twin wheels, built very strong. Ease of crossing oceans, a lot and very reliable. Built primarily for two people, but sailing, it can accommodate up to 10, sleeping of course. All the rope work and all the winches are very powerful and everything comes back to the cockpit, so you can hardly have to leave the wheel. Also part of the safety equipment, we brought a 6-man ocean-going life raft with a EPIRB and food stores inside. One of the features of this boat that we really love is the twin wheels with the open cockpit, so you can walk straight through. Lovely feature. There's an automatic closing transom. We also have these massive down on each side, in which you've got more storage up here, and under this one you have snorkeling or free diving equipment, the boat maintenance and storage stuff, rags and pumps and seats. The Dodger, which was new when we bought the boat, we've got our instruments, all the instrumentation just here, and all the rope work we can do here under the cover. We've got of course the hatch, closes up nicely, and we've got a window we can open up to get fresh air through if we need to. Being a Grand Soleil, all the fittings are really high quality. They're quite expensive, all the blocks, ropes everywhere, top quality. A feature of the Grand Soleil is everything's been designed right down to the smallest detail, including the decks, very clear of all the clutter, and so it helps if there's a wave comes across that doesn't get caught or wash things away, and it also looks a lot nicer. The anchor windlass down the side, all nice and flush, tucked away. We've got a 25 kg rock knit anchor with 100 metres of 10mm chain. Every day the kids after school either go on the SUP board, which is inflatable of course, so we can pack it away if we do a passage. But this one also has the bonus that it's a windsurfer, so we've got a small sail for the kids. They can go windsurfing when the wind's nice. Being a performance cruiser, it's Grand Soleil, which is 2.8 metres deep. It does restrict you a small amount, but the stability and performance gains from having the deeper keel are just massive. We'll sit quite easily on 8, 9 or 10 knots average speed going between the islands, and about 8.5 knots is a perfect speed to catch tunas, big tunas when we're trawling. We're always trawling for fish, and we're catching quite a lot of it. We've got a spinnaker pole or a jib pole, we can pull the jib out. We don't use the spinnaker that often because we're always going fast enough anyway. The engine, most Grand Soleils is Volvo Penta, and I was a bit shy of them at the beginning, but this one has proven extremely reliable and also very economical. Over the last 10 months we've averaged about 2.2 litres per hour of usage, so we've used a very small amount of fuel in total. Our main water storage, we have two 250 litre tanks which are under the quarterberths and those back cabins. We also have an additional 250 litres in 20 litre tote tanks stored in the stern. That was for when we crossed the Atlantic, but we just keep those topped up. And for power consumption, when we bought it, it only had 3 115 amp hour batteries. We've since added a fourth one and they're working really well. We also added up the top here on the bimini 350 watts of solar power on flexible panels. If it's a sunny day, we won't have to turn the motor on for generation. We'll just purely run the fridge and all the electronics and charge the laptops off the solar panels.
I guess the thing I love about your boat is it is set up for performance. You've got the traveller on the ground, which is a fantastic idea.
Yes, very low.
Very low. Most travellers are like knee height, shin height, but yours is like ground.
Yes, correct.
It is set up for going fast.
Going fast easily.
Going fast easily. Yeah, we left an hour and a half maybe before you guys the other day, and you caught us up 10 nautical miles.
10 nautical miles.
10 nautical miles, like just caught us up really quick.
Yeah.
So I really like this boat.
And that was with Nicola and the boys on the helm. I wasn't.
You're down to bed sleeping, were you?
I was tidying the boat down.
Come on downstairs. We'll start here in the galley. It's the most important part of the boat because the happy crew is well-fed crew. We've only got a top-loading fridge. Our boat didn't come with a freezer, so that hasn't been a problem up until recently, because now we have to go back and pick up meat and things because the fishing isn't quite as prosperous as we'd like. When we bought the boat, we replaced the stove because the one on it wasn't working, so this is a nice new stove. It's pretty well equipped, little compact kitchen. So it comes with heaps of storage, so glassware, cooking items. It's all pretty full because we've just done a massive restock in St Vincent, which should last us another month. This is Leo's bedroom. The boys are lucky, they get a cabin each with a nice big double bed, and they have quite a bit of storage in here. So as I said, lots of storage, the hanging wardrobe, and yeah, and underneath the seat is also some more storage, which has a lot of the games and toys the boys play with. This is Blake's room. So it's a mirror of Leo's. The wardrobe is a little bit smaller because it has a cupboard from the bathroom that is used. This is the main head and the guest head. It also has a wet locker in the back here. They've managed to put a lot of storage into all of the places on the boat. So this is our wet locker for our harnesses and our wet weather gear. Behind the mirror is a big storage cupboard. So it keeps lots of things inside. Here we've got the nav station. Today's world, you don't really have the paper charts that you need the big nav station for, but we do use this for our laptop. We've got a chart plotter outside, we've got a chart plotter inside, we've got a backup on our laptop, and we also have Navionics on our tablet and our phone. So anytime we have up to 3 different ways of navigating ourselves around. So here's the main saloon, or the main living area. We were looking for something that was nice and big and spacious. It does have your standard boat storage of the rum department, which we've been stocking up at these lovely Caribbean destinations with their local rum and enjoying that as we go along. So we keep things in this one. We keep things like the binoculars and some licorice and all the courtesy flags that we're going to need when we go to the new countries we see. Underneath all of the cushions is more storage, so there's quite a lot of food stored and tools stored underneath these. So this is the forward head, so we tend to just use this, Glenn and I, the kids get the back one, and it's pretty much the same layout as the last one. They both come with the shower, which is the taps move from here, and there's a fitting behind the door that it clicks into. and so they're a wet room shower, which is really good. So this is the bunk room slash storage room. We've got our spinnaker here, which because it's such a big boat, it has a really big spinnaker. It's about the only place we can find to store it. But it also has a big wardrobe, which again has a lot of wet weather gear and sailing gear in it. And our grab bag, which we move out into the saloon when we're moving. So this is the main V-berth, and where Glenn and I sleep. It's quite warm up the front here, so we use the fan quite a lot that we installed when we were in St Lucia. But it's got plenty of storage. So it's got a wardrobe here, which we've actually put shelves in because it's a lot more practical. It's got a drawer under the bed and cupboards on the side. It also has quite a lot of storage underneath the bed here. So this is all our linen under here, and up there is some more tools and bits and pieces of things. So safety is a big priority for us on our boat, especially because we're travelling with our children. You know, putting your own life at risk is one thing, but risking the lives of your children is another. So we upgrade a lot of safety features on this boat. So we've got in this cupboard as our main safety cupboard, where all the flares, first aid kit. So I went to a training course to get my ocean medic license, and so I'm able to use that, and so it comes with all sorts of exciting things, but I haven't had to use any of it.
So part of the safety equipment, we also added an additional massive bilge pump, which we put under the floor here, so you can deploy it in any compartment wherever you want it. The electrical cables, obviously, with alligator clips, you can put to the battery, and the bilge pump here, which is 3,700 gallons per hour.
What is this?
Our boat that we had just
It's big and bold and amazing. So we've got a YouTube channel. It's called Sailing SV Wave. It's a little bit raw, but it's just about how our family is moving through this adventure and how we do it with our children. So if you're interested, look us up. Bye!
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 Bye.
Thanks for visiting!
Perfect. So I hope you enjoyed the boat tour with the Jeffrey family on their beautiful 50-foot Grand Soleil. If you want to like and subscribe this video, guys, go ahead and do that. If you want to really support us, jump on our Patreon and become a patron today. We just had a new patron subscribe the other day. Her name is Courtney. She's from the Midwest in America, and I just want to shout her out. Thank you, Courtney, for jumping on board. Let us know if you want to come for a sail, because we really want to support our patrons as much as we can, and because you're just in America nearby, we would love you to come on board and come for a sail when this whole virus thing is over. Until next time, guys, cheers.
Say that again.
Hello, how are you?
That's the funny voice.
I don't know.
Afternoon tea time.
Okay, thank
No,
you.
you're not eating cake now. Get food all over themselves. Have you seen how they eat?